Hello, my name is Chris Callen, CEO and founder of Grit Virtual. This is a quick tutorial video on how to create or import a new schedule. When you newly created a project, the only pages that will be accessible are the master schedule page and settings. Every other page is going to prompt this page validation, telling you that you need to move to the master schedule page before the current page is able to be used. When we navigate to the master schedule page, we're going to see a blank schedule. Now we have the option of creating a schedule from scratch or importing. To create a schedule from scratch, we begin by adding the first activity. This is going to create activities at the layer just beneath the project layer. The required fields are ID, name, and duration. Once we have those activities in there, we can either create an activity underneath that as a child to that level, or using the same level, we are able to come in here and add another activity at that same level. Now, the default is going to sort the schedule by ID at every level, but you can also change this by sorting by start date. The quickest way to add activities are to select one or many activities that are on the same level in the same and share the same parent, and then clicking the quick edit button. If I have made the correct selection that these are on the same level, we now have this blank row at the bottom. If I add an ID and then a name and duration, a new row will appear, and I can quickly add more and more activities. Once I'm done creating those activities, I select done, and you can see that the 4 of those are created here. Now I can click the edit button or double click the name, and it will populate or pop up the activity edit modal. This is where I can assign subcontractor trades, which really is useful down the line within Grit, milestones, an anchor date that would constrain it, predecessors, or any of the resources that we'll cover in later videos. To add a predecessor, we simply click the Add a Prerequisite line and we assign a predecessor to this activity. We can choose the type of relationship we want with lead or lag and the number of days to use on that. You can now see that this has adjusted. We can also do that same relationship activity with our drag and drop. So if I click and hold on the third activity and drag it over to the second activity, you see that it goes green, and I can now show that relationship. I can do the same thing with the fourth activity to quickly show that sequence. Now you did see in there that we could add or assign different resources to the activity one at a time. But underneath that same edit button, the top left, we can assign activities to the same resource or subcontractor assignment in a bulk assign by selecting multiple and clicking bulk assign. Coming in here, selecting, let's say, cast in place concrete. I can submit that, and you can now see that those 3 are given different assignments. You can now see that we color code by those subcontractor colors. Those colors are editable within the settings page. And the entire schedule is being based upon the working hours. So this is the calendar and legacy programs. It's going to default to a Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, but you can adjust it as you need to in order to set that. Also on this page is the Activate button. So the Activate button is the effect of publishing it to the rest of the application. Any adjustments you make on this page will not be reflected anywhere else until you set Activate as a publishing event. That takes a snapshot of the schedule at that point in time, and everyone can use it. The other way to start out with a schedule is to import an XML file from Microsoft Project or Primavera P6. You can import that as editable or as read-only. Editable is going to allow durations and relationships to be edited within Grit to adjust your sequence. Read-only will effectively bring in the schedule with just the dates not able to be amended. When you want to import, simply navigate to where you have your XML file stored, and you will see that we have default parameters that capture the information within the XML file. If you have a subcontractor or responsibility assignment within your XML file, please capture it at this point in time. Typically, this is a code or outline code that is listed on every activity, and then that code has a description and a value that is representative of the abbreviation. Grit does come pre-populated with every project with 63 different subcontractor scopes. If you are going to use the scopes within your XML file, please navigate to Settings and clear this before your import so that you're only working with subcontractor roles that are indicative of those within your XML file. If you have any issues with this, please reach out using the intercom button at the bottom right of every page, or email us at hello@gritvirtual.com. Thank you.